Just started this very second. So you can tune into it by going to our website at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link is. Click on that. That will get you there. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube will get you there. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. If you're on your mobile device just needing our audio stream, that's a different process. You need a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer. Many others will work. Just put WEEB in the search. And when we appear at the top, then click on that. If you're on our website, of course, it's available to you in the upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages at talk973.com, where the icon says, on the air, listen live. Tap it once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area, pretty much a stuck record of Groundhog Day. We'll get a little reprieve on Friday and Saturday as far as the humidity goes, but it's small before it jumps back into the nauseating levels again.
Steve's favorite weather.
Yeah. Partly cloudy today, scattered thunderstorms, high of 60. That's overnight. Never mind. Let me get today first. Partly cloudy with scattered thunderstorms today. That's still overnight. Why is this thing not updated? Hang on, let me get an update. Yeah, we got it right. Partly cloudy today, isolated thunderstorms, 89 for a high. That sounds more like it. Then tonight, partly cloudy, 72. Tomorrow, 92. Thursday, 93, with no mention of rain finally. And Friday, the dew points drop a little bit. But the temperature doesn't. Partly cloudy with a high of 94. Saturday, we still got a benefit of lower dew points for a while, with a high of 91. And Sunday, we're back in the soup with a high of 90. Monday, 90. Right now, around the Sand Hills, winds calm, visibility at 5 statute miles. Pressure's 2994, dew point 66. Humidity 97. It's foggy and 67 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM. 104.1FM and 990 AM WEEB. All right. By the way, the school board, according to the pathetic, racist, failing pilot, is seeking resumes from people who want to fill the open vacancy on there. Of course, unless you're saying that you love the school board and you love Dr. Bob, you might as well forget that effort.
Yeah, if you have a brain and you question things, you need not apply.
No. Yeah, these are the same people that spend $25,000 with a company that they've already spent $25,000 with to do a soil engineering study to verify what they did the first time.
And approve the location for a school near waste dumps on a highway with high traffic congestion in an industrial area next to a gas pipeline next to gas storage.
Yeah, unexploded ordinance is what we call it.
Yeah, well, the blast radius I'm concerned about. I've driven by there several times now, and you say there's a gas pipeline that runs right up along those railroad tracks?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's bad. That's not real good.
But it's safe, according to the school board.
No. I've been here.
His Holiness Dr. Bob, it said so.
Since I've been coming down here, I know there's been at least one derailment right there.
Right? Of course, this is the same school board that paid $9,000 an acre for that land.
Yeah.
And 2 blocks over, they paid $80,000 for 20 acres.
Yeah.
$80,000 per acre
Nothing
for 20 acres.
Fishy there.
No. You think, and the year before, 2 years prior to that, it was valued at 49.
49, okay. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it got its value back.
Yeah.
And the school board got a deal.
Yeah.
The thing is, they had 16 acres right down the street from that very site. They could have held this elementary school, bought and paid for already, right next to Pinecrest High School. But no, they had to buy this chunk of land. There is no business sense at all in the things that this board does.
Yeah. Well, the only people that are being dealt anything are the taxpayers.
Yeah. Dealt a big chunk of their hip pocket back to them.
Yeah.
Empty. All right. This is after giving them $123 million in bond money.
And which wasn't enough. Wasn't enough.
First thing out of the box this year, they had to have another $4.5 million, which our commissioners just gave them. They leave out the part that, wasn't too long ago we had $90 million set aside to build these schools. But we decided to spend it all so we could tax you again. You already paid it once, and they set it aside and used it for everything else and taxed you instead.
Don't even know what they used it for.
Yeah.
That's the heck of it right there.
Yeah. Well, whatever Dr. Bob determined we needed. Don't you know His Holiness makes these decisions? Instead of the board, it's always one man.
But hey, there's still lots of golf courses around. You can go out there and contemplate anything but what you're spending in taxes here. Don't worry about it.
No. All right. Well, if you want to apply for the school board, they got an address in the pilot for you.
All that to apply for the school board.
Yeah. Or better yet, if you got a brain and some ideas, why not run for the school board next year? And let's change it once and for all. We get rid of Dr. Bob, who has cost us millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars needlessly with his sidekick, John Barath, who knows nothing about construction, obviously. He may be an architect. Doesn't mean he can put it on the ground.
Yes,
That's the difference.
Two entirely different things, ladies and gentlemen. They are not the same.
You can draw it on paper, but putting it on the ground is another art.
Right.
That he doesn't understand.
Yeah, we have a term or a saying for that in the military. Your plan doesn't survive first contact with the enemy, and hey, architectural plans don't often survive the first shovel full of dirt being turned. So. Yeah, it's two different things. Looks great on paper. Doesn't take much effort to put it on a piece of paper. It really does not. But ask somebody out there turning a wrench, digging some dirt, laying some bricks. You ask them what some of those architects do to them.
Well, Jeff had a good experience yesterday as he traveled to Raleigh and enjoyed the traffic of I-440. How was it, Jeff? Was it fun?
It was great. Yeah, it's like playing the old bumper cars out there on the boardwalk.
It's a slow-moving NASCAR track, is what it is, where no passing is allowed.
Well, it's just amazing. People. I just hate to say, people drive like they're the only ones out there driving. Don't consider
so no different from here
anywhere, and they don't consider anybody else. It's me and me alone driving down the road.
Yes, and I'm going to turn left 20 miles ahead, so I'm going to get in the left lane now.
Well, it's that, in spacing and things like that. People, you're getting ready to merge, and you look back, and here's this guy, and he's on
closing
the gas,
off your slot,
and he's closing it up so you can't get in, and there's no, people don't spread it out so that you can get off the highway. You would think somebody with his turn signal that wants to get off the highway, you'd give him a little room and say, hey, yeah, get off of here. There's too many people here now. Just get off. Yeah. No. They pull up next to you and, don't let you off and, just make it difficult. Make it very difficult.
Yeah, when it says Raleigh merge right, well, it doesn't say, hey, you're in the next to right lane. You got to get way over there, that one.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, that's the weirdest, that's a little different, that one there.
Yeah. I lived there for a long time.
Yeah.
I know. This is why I moved 30 years ago, but down here was to, because this is what Raleigh used to look like as far as getting around.
Big, small town, right.
Yeah, big, small town. And boy, did that change. They finally put Falls Lake in. They had Jordan Lake that provided a lot of water for Raleigh and Apex and Cary that put them on the map. And then they opened Falls Lake, which put development north of Raleigh on the map, and it took off. But you pay for it every day with the traffic. But when your community stops growing, your community dies.
Yeah, exactly.
Seen a lot of communities just downtown goes dead, and that's it. And it's important to keep your community alive and not have this anti-growth attitude.
Yeah,
because then all of a sudden your anti-growth attitude will be translated to never move their attitude.
Right.
You can kill your community when you think that you should be able to shut the door behind you. All right, 7:41. Let's get on to the less serious stuff this morning.
Hey, I'm in listening to John Zumwalt's zone here this morning. All the knuckleheads out there that couldn't handle the background noise and couldn't handle the gender-specific terms, etc. I was just thinking, you need to start thinking about changing your radio name from Leader Man to Leader Person or Leader, Leader Individual.
How about Leader Kiss My Ass?
or maybe Der Führer.
Der Führer. All right, are you hungry? It's Hamster Fest going on now at your local Red Hamster.
Attention hamster lovers, it's Hamster Fest right now at your local Red Hamster. Enjoy mouth-watering hamster fixed any way you like it. Deep fried, boiled, or even steamed. And don't miss out on a trip to our Pick Your Own Hamster Tank.
Not me, no, not me, don't tell me.
Whichever way you choose, don't snooze or you lose. It's Hamster Fest for a limited time at your local Red Hamster.
Who thinks this stuff up?
Well, I think what they're saying is you don't hear, I know that's pretty cruel sounding, but it doesn't A, it doesn't really happen. And B, we do it to lobsters every day.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
They're cooked alive.
Yeah.
They just don't have vocal cords to make a sound. But the man who does have vocal cords, Mr. Big Voice.
Oh, yeah.
Let's salute a song that came out nearly 30 years ago and won a Grammy for Best Rap Performance. You probably know all the words, but have you ever heard it quite like this?
And now, Mr. Big Voice recites lyrics to Young MC's Bust a Move.
She's dressed in yellow, she says hello. Come sit next to me, you fine fellow. You run over there without a second to lose. And what comes next? Hey, bust a move.
That was Mr. Big Voice reciting lyrics to Young MC's Bust a Move.
Well, when Young MC does it, he grabs a microphone with his whole hand, covers it all, and then talks into the end of his hand. It sounds like...
Is that why it sounds like that?
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Like, yeah, you got every word of that, didn't you? Yeah, he's cool. Let's throw a few $1 million up there on the stage for him.
Well, there's some rock bands like that, too. So.
Millennials are making 20% less than their parents did when they were the same age. Thanks to the rising cost of college tuition, millennials have amassed $1 trillion in student loan debt. And the only way to escape that debt is to die. Facing the combination of housing costs, student loan debt, low-paying jobs, 66% of millennials have nothing saved for retirement.
Time for another millennial moment.
There should be a millennial version of the game Monopoly, where you just walk around the board paying rent. Because there's no way you'd be able to buy any property.
And that was today's millennial moment. After hearing that, I have 4 words. Please pass the scotch.
You probably can't afford it. That's probably true. It's getting tough.
You ever heard the quantum theory?
Yeah, I couldn't repeat it to you.
Well, I'll repeat it for you. It's the theory where for every cell in your body rotating one way, there's a cell in another body just like yours in a parallel universe turning the other way.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the quantum theory. And they say it's all but true. They can't prove it because there's still theory there. But they say there's no reason not to believe it doesn't happen. So
there's somebody, just like us sitting here talking backwards in another dimension. Okay.
Well, here's something to think about.
Things I think about. I'm told that somewhere out there's a parallel universe where there's someone just like me on another planet. I wonder if right now he has hemorrhoids too.
Okay, so that explains about 90% of the science fiction television shows that are out there. Okay.
Let's see. I saw 2 movies this weekend. One was Just Another Day in Hollywood. It was set back in 1969 during the Charles Manson era.
Oh.
And it's Quentin Tarantino's. And basically a real snore.
Oh, you mean Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd I say?
Okay. I either didn't catch it or I heard something different. It doesn't matter.
Probably heard something different.
Yeah.
But anyway, it just doesn't move. And someone said yesterday, maybe they're, since Tarantino did Pulp Fiction, it's like that. And I got to think, well, yeah, just a bunch of little mini plots.
Yeah, vignettes and tie them together loosely.
Yeah. And trying to make an iconic film, which he failed severely at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's one funny moment at the end.
Yeah.
When Leonardo DiCaprio's torching a girl in a pool with a flamethrower. From a movie plot he was in.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, and then there was what was it, Hobbs and Shaw? Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw.
Don't know.
It was worthless, and I mean worthless with a huge capital W piece of film you'll ever see. Of course, they have to, The Rock has to show himself without a shirt a few times to keep the ladies happy.
Of course.
Yeah, but save yourself some time. Remember, that's 2 hours of your life gone. Poof. That you never get back. And if you don't see it, you will not have missed a thing. It was horrible. All right, let's delve into the woman's head for a minute. Figure out what she's thinking about in this universe of ours.
And now it's time for another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
This shower feels so good. Oh, I could stay in here all day. Why isn't the whole world a shower? Cool and refreshing and, there's pubic hair on the soap. It's Jimmy's. I'm gonna be sick. It's like his body parts follow me around. He puts his toenails behind my couch. I know he does. I should get a monkey to chew the nits out of his hair. That'd be funny. Jimmy on the couch and a monkey picking at him. What's more disgusting, Jimmy or a monkey? Well, at least you could put a diaper on a monkey. Jimmy in a diaper, now that's funny. And sad. I hope Jimmy never has to wear a diaper. Well, I'd probably have to take care of him. Oh, or maybe his monkey would do it. Jimmy and the monkey eating each other's nits. That's so funny. God, this shower feels good. I could stay in here all day.
And that was another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
Meanwhile, speaking of women, a woman got locked inside the luggage compartment of a bus traveling through Connecticut. She called the police, and they pulled the bus over. Someone inside the bus shot a video of the cops and the woman after she was rescued. According to the reports, she was locked inside by a bus employee who was riding as a passenger. That employee was arrested. Hey, baby, you want to go for a trip? Just go in there and push that bag back a little further.
Slam,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll be happy to see me in about 3 hours. And off they go. But it truly happened.
Have you ever seen a bus get pulled over by the police? Oh my God. She was on the bus earlier. She had a drum. And then somehow, at some point, maybe when we stopped in Connecticut, she got into the bottom of the bus where they store the luggage. For some reason, she got trapped there and called the police to say, hey, I'm trapped in this bus. Can you please get me out? And that's when they pulled us over. Why would she go in there, and how could she get stuck in there? Because we think she crawled in there, and then they closed the door without even noticing that she was in there, and she was knocking the whole time, I guess. We kind of heard her knocking, right? They just closed the door and didn't even check if anybody was in there.
She was kidnapped.
Well,
by somebody, another employee, and didn't turn out good.
Well, that's the weirdest case of kidnapping. How do you kidnap somebody? Because when you get there, you got to open the door to get everybody's luggage out. She's going to come out of there madder than a wet hen. So.
I know, but second you close that door deliberately.
Oh, you mean technically it's a kidnap? Yeah, sure. No, it is. You're right, I guess. I mean, it's stupid.
There's a mass UFO sighting in Cincinnati. This man recorded and narrated the entire incident.
You see that? Now watch, they come back. Just disappeared, and now they're going to come back. And they didn't go behind the clouds, they were in front of the clouds.
Yeah, there's another one.
Something comes in from the left.
I don't know what that is.
Look at that. So there they are again in a straight row, or at least that's what they appear to be, in a straight row at a slight angle. It's just like they went invisible. You know, and it was still daylight, so if they were some sort of a physical craft, which I'm sure they probably were, how come you couldn't see them?
Hey, dude, Blue Angels practicing. What more you want? Explanation solved.
It could be a lot of different things. I don't know.
Here's a good one for you. A woman pranked a friend by calling him and using her automated voice to sound like a robocall. She told him he's a fortnight entry winner, and he bought it.
Congratulations on your fortnight entry. You are a winner. We are trying to reach Tyler R. If you are Tyler R., please say yes.
Yes.
I heard no. Is that correct? If you are Tyler R., please say yes.
Yes.
Please name the state your entry was submitted.
Kentucky.
I heard Alabama. Is that correct?
No.
Please press 1 for a representative. You pressed 9. I'm sorry. We are having difficulty contacting you. If this is Tyler R., please say yes.
Yes.
I heard Alex Kavanaugh. Is that correct?
No.
I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. Goodbye.
Got you, dummy.
That's actually pretty funny.
Police around, first of all, we're going to play Name the Sound.
Oh, no.
So what is the sound, Jeff? You heard it before. Any idea?
Is that rain in the background? Could be a windshield wiper rubbing on something. I don't know.
I'll let you know it happened in Augsburg, Germany, if that helps you any.
No, I have no clue what might be there.
Police were called there to a primary school the other night after suspicious noises were heard on the playground. Turns out it was that noise, a hedgehog, getting it on with a Mrs. Hedgehog. And this is just some of the sweet loving there.
Oh, okay.
Make more sense now.
It sounds like a sex education class for the kids, right? Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. All right, the Florida man, good news story here. Jumped into a canal in his backyard to pry open the jaws of a gator who got hold of his chocolate lab. Luckily, neither of them were seriously hurt, and the gator was removed from the canal. Here's an officer with the Fish and Wildlife, along with the witness, talking about it.
The homeowner let the dog out. The dog jumped in the canal. Homeowner heard a commotion and ran out. Saw the alligator had the dog. He jumped in the canal, pried the alligator's mouth open, got the dog. He got injured, either prying the mouth open or scratched up during the event, but he did receive minor injuries.
I saw the gator on Sunday. I had a friend come over Monday and build this fence because I have 2 dogs, and it was scary. It was very scary.
Man, I'd be in there with my knife, and that gator's eyeball would be missing real quick.
How big was it?
I'd bury it down to his brain.
Couldn't have been a very large gator, I guess. I don't know.
Large enough to kill him. Go down for the death roll.
Well, well, that's what I'm thinking. If it was a big one, 6, 7, 8 footer, I mean, you wouldn't have had a chance to jump in there and pry anything apart. Must have been a younger one, I would guess.
A barber out of New Orleans is looking to set the world record for the most free haircuts for kids.
I've been getting down in my city for so long, I just feel like this new wave I'm on, I should just do new things, and this is very new to me, dropping love on all my clients, all my city kids. You get where I'm coming from?
All right. Good for you. And a 6-year-old boy starts a lemonade stand to raise money for his dad's dying wish to take his mom out on a date.
He was funny, he was nice, kind, smart. To take my mom on a date because I didn't have enough money and I wanted to do it.
Brady's a very sweet soul, always looking out for everybody else, and he really learned that from his dad. Really lifted our spirits, and it made Brady so happy. It's pretty special. I know Brandon would be very, very proud.
Well, we're proud of him, too.
Yes.
And we're proud of the police not making him get a permit.
Yeah, that kind of runs hot and cold. I mean, I think usually if the cops are sitting there doing that, it's because they have a pretty hard policy there from their, their government administration telling them they have to do it or something. And most cops wouldn't do that.
Well, let's see what else we have here. Well, we don't care about that. You never saw Punky Brewster, did you?
No. I'm sorry to say I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Jimmy Fallon talking about Burger King's Impossible.
Early dense fog will clear out, and today will stay mostly dry with a slight chance for a passing shower or even thunderstorm. Likely to see those high temperatures top in the upper 80s and lower 90s and then fall into the lower 70s. We do have temperatures heading into the lower 90s for tomorrow with that better chance for a few scattered thunderstorms. Some of them could be strong to severe. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. In a show of support for the victims, their loved ones, and their communities, President Trump will visit El Paso and Dayton tomorrow The two cities struggling to come to grips with last weekend's mass shootings. In Ohio, some high school classmates of the gunman who killed 9 people say they always feared something like this could happen.
How often do you hear nobody was surprised?
Hannah Show says she always knew Connor Betts was dangerous, especially since she says he had been suspended from school after compiling 2 lists, one containing the names of girls he wanted to kill, the other girls he wanted to rape. Shows adds,
I can't help but think about how this is what he's always wanted.
Betts had no apparent criminal record as an adult, and it is not clear what, if any, criminal charges he faced when he was under 18, especially if his records were expunged. I'm Tim McGuire.
And later today, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine will outline his proposals for curbing gun-related violence and improving mental health services. North Korea has test-fired some more weapons while further denouncing U.S.-South Korean military drills.
The North has continued to ramp up the pressure by firing 2 presumed short-range ballistic missiles into the sea, while lashing out at the U.S. and South Korea for continuing military exercises. Pyongyang's 4th round of weapon launches in less than 2 weeks comes after President Donald Trump repeatedly dismissed their significance. Experts think this has allowed the country more room to advance its military capabilities as it attempts to build leverage ahead of more nuclear negotiations. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Following its worst sell-off of the year, fueled by the U.S.-China trade dispute, Wall Street looking for a comeback today. Stock futures sharply higher. Dow futures up 312 points. NASDAQ futures up 92 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
When it comes to your pain, many of you might be skeptical, like I was, about ordering Relief Factor. Pat Boone again for this wonderful 100% drug-free supplement designed to help your own body lower or eliminate occasional aches and pains due to aging, exercise, everyday living. I'm not skeptical any longer. The 3-week quick start is now discounted to only $19.95. Why don't you let us see if we can get you out of pain, too, at ReliefFactor.com.
Hi, I'm Milo Ventimiglia.
And I'm Amanda Seyfried.
Friday, meet the dog who will show the world how to be human. Set me free. Enzo is more than just a dog. He is an old soul.
He's a spiritual being.
I think audiences are going to pick up the importance of family, focusing on those things that are giving back to you in life.
The most emotional things are the things that stay with you and teach you can get through anything.
Call it fate, call it luck. All I knew was I was meant to be their dog.
The Art of Racing in the Rain. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. In theaters Friday.
At least 8 people injured after a military depot holding tens of thousands of artillery shells exploded about 1,500 miles east of Moscow. The BBC's Sarah Rainsford is in the Russian capital.
The explosions from the ammunition store continued through the night as firefighters in armoured vehicles fought to extinguish the flames. By morning, they had the fire under control, but the area remains cordoned off and military planes and helicopters are dropping water onto the site. Thousands of people were evacuated on Monday, including patients from hospitals and children from a summer camp. It's not yet clear what caused this fire or why such incidents at military stores are so common in Russia.
Hiroshima has marked the 74th anniversary of the atomic bombing of the city, with its mayor renewing calls for eliminating such weapons and demanding Japan's government do more to that end. News and analysis at townhall.com. Senator John Cornyn says a recent budget agreement contains some hidden gems for conservatives.
Cornyn says the budget staves off Democrat attempts to reverse the decades-long provisions of the Hyde Amendment.
That no taxpayer funds be provided for abortions.
It also delays the Democrats' efforts to pass their Green New Deal.
Undoing of the president's regulatory reform through the back door.
The Green New Deal, something Republicans say could easily destroy the U.S. economy. Bob Agnew reporting.
A U.S. aircraft carrier has sailed through the disputed South China Sea. It's the latest show of America's military might amid new territorial flare-ups involving China and several rival states. The U.S. Navy flew a small group of Philippine generals, officials, and journalists to the USS Ronald Reagan, where fighter jets landed and took off with thunderous blasts. The aircraft carrier was en route to Manila. More on these stories at townhall.com.
War Dog's Army Surplus Store in Southern Pines is Southern Pines' #1 surplus store. Serving the Fort Bragg area, we buy, sell, and trade military, tactical, outdoor clothing, and gear. We are your military surplus low-price leader and take pride in serving our local military members and communities. Bring us your military gear because we pay more and sell for less than anyone in the area, guaranteed. At War Dogs, we make it our top priority to provide quality, high-end tactical gear at the lowest prices. Come in today and bring your used gear or check out our massive inventory, the largest in Southern Pines. We're open Monday through Friday, 10:30 until 5:30 and 11 to 4 on Saturday. We're located at 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, right across the street from Beefeaters. Or give us a call at 910-920-7749. That's 920-7749. War Dogs.
Retirement. It could be the best years of your life. You'll finally get to do what you want to do. Travel, golf, spend time with the grandkids, or just relax at home. But you have to plan for it. Start by tuning in to Grant Perry of Pinehurst Capital, Saturday mornings at 7 and Sunday mornings at 11 for Tee Up Your Retirement. Don't wing it, plan for it. Tune in every Saturday morning at 7 and Sunday morning at 11 for Tee Up Your Retirement with Grant Perry. Pinehurst Capital Inc. is a registered investment advisor in the state of North Carolina.
7 days a week, we're on the job. Sean Cole's Plumbing Professionals. Fast, friendly, quality service. You know we can do it all. Don't just call a plumber. Call a professional. Sean Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
At John Cole Plumbing, plumbing is what they do. That's why they are plumbing professionals. Plumbing all day, every day, with quality, honest service for you. Don't just call a plumber, call a professional. 910-639-4933. 639-4933.
Don't just call a plumber. Call a professional. Sean Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
This time of year, it's hard to know whether to put on a coat or short sleeves, not to mention whether to use the heat or AC. But one thing that is predictable is you absolutely need to service your heating and air system to avoid costly repairs or replacements down the road. Call Four Seasons Heating and Air to schedule your service checkup before the summer gets here and it becomes an emergency. Four Seasons Heating and Air, the company that wants you to get comfortable with them. Call 235-0606. That's 235-0606.
NCN News, I'm Mike Rayleigh. Following two mass shootings over the weekend, one in Ohio, the other in Texas, that took the lives of 31 people and injured many others, Democrats are calling for more gun reform. CBS News correspondent Ed O'Keefe has more.
It's irresponsible that we don't take action.
2020 presidential candidates have been blanketing the airwaves since the shootings in Texas and Ohio.
There's a better path that we can go down in this country.
I mean, it is unspeakable, and it's hard to even talk about it.
Nash County Sheriff Keith Stone, who's Republican, believes gun control legislation is needed. He tells Spectrum News.
We need to limit the ability for these people to get these firearms, and there needs to be laws so that law enforcement is in the right when they seize these weapons and ensure that the people is mentally stable before they ever get a firearm again in their hands.
All visitors that come through a Craven County School District building this year will have to first go through the Raptor Visitor Management System. Administrators say the process is simple and consists of inserting a valid state-issued ID card. J.T. Barber Elementary School Principal Erica Phillips tells WITN News.
The Raptor is to help, basically to provide security for our staff and for our students.
The stock market plummeted on Monday as trade tensions between the U.S. and China escalate further. President Trump has accused China of being a currency manipulator. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger has more on what that means.
This is a largely symbolic label. It is important to note that we haven't labeled China a currency manipulator since the 90s, so 25 years since that. It just brings the trade conflict to another, more serious level.
A Brunswick County man who was arrested and charged with rape in June is back behind bars accused of sexually assaulting another victim while out on bond. Madison Reeves Collins was taken into custody on Monday. You're listening to NCN News.
There's no place like home. It has a certain magic all its own. memories are made there every day. A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Our Cookie Two-Step Ice Cream is a creamy vanilla ice cream with hints of brown sugar, chunks of chocolate cream-filled cookies, and tasty chocolate chip cookie dough pieces. Cookie Two-Step has everybody's taste buds two-stepping, and 1 and 2.
A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Hong Kong is quiet after a day and night of chaotic protests that left traffic paralyzed and saw demonstrators attacking police stations. Protesters want an independent inquiry into alleged police brutality, democratic reform, and the resignation of leader Carrie Lam. CBS News correspondent Deborah Patter reports the movement has grown since the start.
What you're really seeing with this pro-democracy movement is that while it began as students protesting against the government and really a controversial extradition bill, it's morphed into something far bigger. We've even seen normally non-partisan civil servants show their solidarity for the students. So there certainly is widespread support for what these young people are doing here in Hong Kong.
The opioid epidemic is something leaders in North Carolina and every state continue to fight. In Greenville, Fire and Rescue say that opioid overdoses are up 150% from this time last year. North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein was in Greenville and tells WNCT News.
1 out of 5 11th graders report having taken someone else's pills. I mean, it's crazy.
North Carolina authorities have released the name of a man fatally shot by a police officer responding to a domestic call. Charlotte Mecklenburg police say 55-year-old Delano Williams was shot on Friday. It was a scary moment for passengers aboard a British Airways flight. Jerika Duncan has that.
Shocking video shows scary moments on board an international flight after smoke filled the cabin. The British Airways jet was flying from London's Heathrow Airport in Valencia, Spain on Monday. As the plane began its approach in Valencia, passengers noticed smoke and started to panic. Naturally, the pilots quickly landed the aircraft. A Spanish news agency says 3 people were treated for smoke inhalation. It's unclear what caused the smoke.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
We'll continue to see areas of dense fog clear out of here, and today we will stay mostly dry. However, we do have a small chance for a passing shower or even a thunderstorm. Temperatures will top in the upper 80s and lower 90s. By tomorrow, highs will reach the lower 90s. We have a good chance for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of them could be strong to severe. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, sunny 69 degrees, humidity 96%, dew point 68, pressures 2997, winds calm, visibility wide open at 10 statute miles. It's 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Tuesday morning. The Pinehurst Village Council agreed yesterday afternoon on 20 top priorities among 115 recommendations proposed for inclusion in a new comprehensive long-range plan. Most of them align with what residents have said is most important through numerous public input opportunities. The most recent at a 2-day open house when the draft plan was unveiled. They were given the opportunity to vote for what they felt was most important. Rising to the top of residents' concerns include traffic congestion, the quality of new development, stormwater management, increasing the number of shops and restaurants in the village center, preserving trees, and protecting historic properties. And the Citizens Academy program, known as CAP, is a program for citizens and business owners in Aberdeen with goals to provide individuals with a better understanding of the town's municipal services, according to the town manager, form of government, and a challenge and the challenges local governments face. Beginning October 7th of this year, the town of Aberdeen will host its 12th Citizens Academy program. If you want to be a part of it, the sessions will be held on the following dates from 5:30 to 8 p.m. each evening. Those are October 7th, 21st, and November 4th. To download the application, you go to townofaberdeen.net. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in all your sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. We start with Major League Baseball when the New York Yankees hit 5 more home runs at Camden Yard last night, including 2 by Mike Tauchman to set the Major League record and win the 13th straight game in Baltimore, 9-6 over the Orioles.
Have an opportunity to, get in the lineup and contribute to wins. Honestly, that's all I think a ball player wants is just to, try to contribute to the team's win that day, and it's been going well.
Vince Velasquez allowed 2 runs in a season-high 7 innings, and Scott Kingery homered in his hometown ballpark to lead the Philadelphia Phillies in a 7-3 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks. All-star Mike Minor struck out 7 over 7, and the Texas Rangers beat Cleveland 1-0. Christian Yelich homered twice, giving a Major League leading 39 home runs to his season as he powered the Milwaukee Brewers to a 9-7 victory over the Pirates on Monday. The Panthers continue to prep for their preseason opener on Thursday night against the Bears in Chicago. A spotlight this week in training camp has been the quarterback situation, a battle between Kyle Allen, Charlotte native Will Grier, and Tyler Heineke, who will be Cam Newton's backup when the regular season begins. Ron Rivera asked yesterday at training camp in Spartanburg if all 4 quarterbacks, those 3 plus Cam Newton, will see action in Thursday's exhibition opener.
They should. And again, actually today, to be honest with you, today's when we're going to sit down and talk about what the reps are going to be. We'll know for sure tonight.
Meanwhile, offensive coordinator Norv Turner says he wants to increase Christian McCaffrey's touches this season while reducing the number of plays he's actually on the field. Last season, the 23-year-old racked up a franchise record 1,965 yards from scrimmage, that on 219 carries and 107 catches. That's the most ever in a single season by an NFL running back. This is NCN Sports.
Medicaid expansion, school safety, a statewide bond package, the next state budget. North Carolina lawmakers are tackling these and other topics. You can follow all the action with Carolina Journal. How would these proposals affect you, your wallet, your family? Carolina Journal offers answers. Available each month as a free newspaper. Every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your best source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
How do you spell barbecue? Well, folks around here spell it SCNB. That's Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue. You know, that tender, slow-cooked for 14 hours every day barbecue. The clean, no additive, just pepper, salt, and apple cider vinegar barbecue. A low-calorie, high-protein, great-tasting barbecue that can only be found at Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Vince Carter is returning to the Atlanta Hawks for his 22nd season in National Basketball Association. A person familiar with the situation has told the Associated Press that the 42-year-old Carter has agreed to terms on a 1-year contract with Atlanta. Carter will continue to serve as a mentor to some of the NBA's most promising young talent, including first-round picks DeAndre Hunter and former Duke player Cam Reddish. Abby Dahlkemper, Kristen Dunn, Jessica McDonald, and Samantha Muse, who lifted the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup for the U.S. women's soccer team on July 7th, will finally return to their home field when the North Carolina Courage takes on Manchester City in the Women's International Championship Cup. That game scheduled for August 15th. It'll be at Salins Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park at 7:30. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
My name is Ward Rowland. A good insurance agent has to put the needs of his clients first. As a law enforcement officer, I spent 11 years protecting and serving my community. It is my honor and privilege to serve Moore County and North Carolina residents with their insurance needs. If you're a local small business owner, you know how important it is to be there for your customers. As a State Farm agent and small business owner in Moore County, I'm here to help you protect your small business. Talk with me or stop in today. My office is in downtown Southern Pines, 277 West Pennsylvania Avenue.
Are you a do-it-yourselfer, home builder, or remodeler? If so, bring in the best deal you're getting in Moore County for your flooring, and Hardwood Liquidators will match it and beat it. Right now, we have over 130,000 square feet in our warehouse stacked with solid engineered, laminate, and waterproof luxury vinyl plank. Like the farmhouse look, our farmhouse bandsawn French oak solid flooring starts at $449 a square foot. Financing is available with approved credit. We're at 707 South Pinehurst off Highway 1, right across the street from McNeil Oil. Or call us at 910-757-0478. Hardwood Liquidators. More floor, less money. Born in Napoli, Italy, Sal Doria, owner of Fratello's restaurant in Pinehurst, makes his hand-tossed pizza with the passion of a true Italian. Fresh ingredients, homemade mozzarella, and amore. Come in and experience the ambiance of European luxury, hearty cuisine, warm hospitality, and an outstanding wine and beer list. Military families, come in and 15% of your meal is on us. Every Friday and Saturday night from 6:30 to 9:30, Fratello's welcomes Carolina's favorite piano man, Clarence Levine. Feel like staying in tonight? Fratello's has got you covered with Grubhub and DoorDash, so you can simply call in your order and have it delivered to your doorstep. We're located at 9735 U.S. Highway 15501 in Pinehurst, just a few doors down from Hickory Tavern. Fratello's Restaurant, making you fall in love with food all over again.
Opioid addiction is a crisis in Moore and surrounding counties, but there is a local doctor, Francis Corrigan of Solace Health, helping patients in recovery.
At Solace Health, we have had a great deal of success with opioid addiction treatment using medications such as Suboxone on an outpatient basis. Treatment is low cost as we accept all insurance, including North Carolina Medicaid. The treatment occurs in a very pleasant and private outpatient office setting where patients are treated with compassion and dignity. If you or your loved one needs help with opioid addiction or other drug or alcohol problems, please call us to speak to one of our nurses about our treatment program. We also have extensive experience in transitioning patients from methadone programs to Suboxone outpatient treatment.
Solace Health is located at 285 Olmsted Boulevard in Pinehurst. Call 910-295-7246. All calls are confidential. 910-295-7246 or visit recovermore.com. MOORE.
If you have inflammation, you know how painful it can be. Just imagine how painful it is for your pet, even though they never complain. Anti-inflammatories work, but are even harder on your pet's organs than yours. Thankfully, there's an alternative that more and more people are using to treat pain, but often don't realize is great for pets too. I'm talking about CBD oil and treats from Flowland. Come into Flowland and let's discuss how CBD oil and treats can benefit a range of issues for your pet. Issues like arthritis, anxiety, appetite, digestion, seizures, mood, and more. You shouldn't be paying an arm and a leg for one of nature's most beneficial products. Flowland, your best and most affordable source for CBD products for humans and pets on US 1 North in Aberdeen. We're celebrating a century of making with KitchenAid brand. Now through September 25th, you can get up to $2,055 by mail on select KitchenAid brand major and countertop appliances at Keys Appliance Center. Inspired by passionate cooks like you, 100 years of making is here to help you invest in your creativity with kitchen appliances that bring more to the table. Stop into Keys Appliance Center today and receive savings on KitchenAid brand products by a mail-in rebate. Investing in your passion. That's the mark of a maker. Offer valid July 25th through September 25th, 2019. See store for full details and qualified models.
I'm Keith Moneymaker from the locally owned Sweet Dreams Mattresses and More in Southern Pines and Sanford to invite you to take advantage of our huge selection of twin and queen mattress sets in stock and ready for quick delivery or same-day in-store pickup. Up to 50 to 70% off these mattresses, we have to get them gone. Perfect for kids' rooms, guest rooms, or that college student home for the summer. Plus, our Dream Team will deliver your new mattress and take your old one away to donate to a family in need through our Dreams for All Foundation. At the locally owned Sweet Dreams Mattresses and More. Better sleep, sweeter dreams.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Well, I have a self-defense tip for you in case you're getting into an argument with the Democratic Socialists and they decide they want to hurt you. But first, let me tell you what happened this weekend. The Democratic Socialists of America, also known as DSA, were having a convention in Georgia. It got ugly, real ugly. Fortunately, no one was hurt. It started when one delegate, obviously a madman, took to the floor to complain of, quote, sensory overload, end quote, from guys whispering in the room. Well, after a while, the place erupted. The delegate had used the word, and if you had kids present, please cover their ears, he had used the word guys. The crowd was angry. They didn't approve of gendered language. Actually, he had some supporters in the crowd, and they were doing the jazz in the hands there. That means they wave their hands in the air instead of applauding, because applauding can be a trigger and shut some people down. Terrible thing. Well, the event with the maniac escalated until he came back to the microphone and let the 1,500 socialists know they were seriously triggering his anxieties. Okay, here's my self-defense move. In case one of these people ever threatens you, look at them and go, boo, and then take their wallet. I think these people should be handcuffed, taken to a place where people are suffering, and be forced to live among them until they understand how hard this world really is. Or you could just slap the crap out of them. Wishing you a great day from the Zoom Walk Zone.
Early dense fog will clear out, and today will stay mostly dry with a slight chance for a passing shower or even thunderstorm. Likely to see those high temperatures top in the upper 80s and lower 90s and then fall into the lower 70s. We do have temperatures heading into the lower 90s for tomorrow with that better chance for a few scattered thunderstorms. Some of them could be strong to severe. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Do you know what today is?
It's Tuesday morning now.
I read somewhere it's Tuesday.
It's on Tuesday. You guys just are working for the weekend, aren't you? Obviously. Why else would I do it?
Because I want to make a difference somehow.
You can make a difference.
You can make a difference.
You think so?
I do. I really do.
Just not today.
Oh.
It's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, as the pilot likes to refer to you. Hey, you didn't get up at 7:30. You got to get up now. Get out of the rack. You got to get busy. Get moving. It's Tuesday.
All right, you got your standing orders. Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. If you're on a mobile device, wait a minute, I'm being consumed by sweet air. Beagle farts. Something everybody should. Golly. What the hell was that? Fortunately, you're on that side of the scent candle.
Yeah, well. You put the candle over there, you might blow up.
You got to burn some excess off here. Gee whiz, dog. Where was I?
Wykert, really.
Sucked all the oxygen out of my brain. We're being seen around the world on a live video stream. Top middle of the page is where the link's located at our website at talk973.com. On your mobile device, YouTube does the work. Put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. And if you're on your mobile device just needing audio, we suggest, golly, dog, come on. Have some mercy with me. God. All that out of that little dog. Gee, what? Where was I? Oh, yeah. If you're looking for just an audio stream, you can get it simply by using a streaming service such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streama. They're free and available at your app stores or apps. And dial one of those up, put WEEB in the search, or go to our website at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page has a link icon that says Listen Live. Tap that once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. Just pretty much a stuck record here. Partly cloudy every day. Chance of thunderstorms every day and every night. Highs around 90, lows in the lower 70s. Thursday and Friday we'll get a little reprieve from the dew points. They'll drop, but not the temperatures. Temperatures will be in the low 90s, but our dew points will be down in the 60s, so it'll feel a lot better on your skin out there. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm, visibility wide open at 10 statute miles. Pressure is 29.97, dew point 68 and climbing. Humidity 96%. It's sunny, 69 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. This portion of the morning show is brought to you by Wyckoff Realtors Town and Country. Whether you're ready to buy or sell now, or even a year from now, call the experts at Wyckoff Realtors to get the service you deserve when buying or selling your home. Wyckoff Realtors Town and Country, 295-3685, 910-295-3685. All right, 8:30 past the hour on this sticky Tuesday morning. We can dump that. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday. You know what that means? Dum dum dum.
I don't. Shark Week was last week.
No, it's measuring Jeff's testosterone estrogen level day.
Okay. Is that Tuesday? All right.
That's testosterone Tuesdays, yeah. All right, Colonel, you always measure out well in these tests, so we assume that you will do so today, but we'll just make sure. And then see how much smarter he is as we play Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. All right, these are questions for men that real women should know the answer to. Questions that women should know the answer to. All right, how many teaspoons in 1 tablespoon? Is it 2, 3, or 4?
It's 2. No, 4?
I thought the same thing. No, it's 3.
3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. Oh, boy, that's...
Yeah. What year was the 19th Amendment passed, giving women the right to vote? I'll give you a multiple choice. 1890, 1920, or 1939?
It's 1920.
Ding! All right. And according to Emily Post, what is the one occasion when a man should step forward and walk in front of his date? Is it
coming down the stairs?
Is it getting on an elevator, getting on a bus or train, or when first introducing her to his parents?
Getting on an elevator, getting on a bus or train.
Or when first introducing her to his parents?
Probably introducing to the parents.
Logical guess, but incorrect.
Then it's the elevator.
It's the elevator.
Yeah.
All righty. Now, here are the questions for women that real men know the answer to.
Okay.
Who played Clubber Lang in Rocky III?
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Was it Dolph Lundgren, Carl Weathers, or Mr. T?
What was the name, the character name?
Clubber Lang.
No, it wasn't Dolph Lundgren. What was the other two?
Carl Weathers or Mr. T?
No, it wasn't Carl. It had to be Mr. T.
Ding.
Yeah.
How many Super Bowl rings does Joe Montana have?
4.
Oh, you knew that.
Yeah, that I know.
You get double points without even hearing the multiple choice. So that gives you 5.
He used to be the GOAT.
3.
Now he's not. He could, the argument could be made he still is, but I'm not going to go there.
And last but not least, according to a recent study, how many times will the average man cry each year?
The average man cry each year?
You want to take a guess before?
0.
No, it's not 0, but that didn't go against you. All right, here's your multiple choice. 2, 5, or 7.
The average man? 2, 5, or 7? No,
Well, some men are wimpier than others, you know.
I guess so. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll take a guess.
5.
5. Oh, no. It's 7 times. We're a nation of wimps.
What are they crying about? Does it say?
No.
Okay. All right. They just spontaneously start crying.
Well, something gets to them.
Okay.
So you got 3 points versus 1. So I'd say 3 testosterone, 1 estrogen. So you did well.
Yep.
You did well. You're perfectly balanced for a man.
That's good.
Now, let's see if you're smarter than the 5th grader.
Nothing to cry about, I guess.
All right, let's see if you're smarter than the 5th grader. The following questions are from standard 5th grade curriculum in the U.S. Can you answer at least 4 out of 5?
All right.
Who wrote the poem that became known as the Star Spangled Banner?
Who wrote the poem?
Mm-hmm.
Francis Scott Key.
Correct. Get 2 points for that.
Oh, I didn't have the distractors. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
What property of multiplication means you can group the factors in any way without changing the result?
I need to.
This is really stupid stuff that you would never be asked for the rest of your life. But they put this crap on tests.
Okay.
Associative, distributive, or commutative?
Commutative, I guess. Had to be.
And everybody else is saying, oh, no.
Associative. It's either 1 or 3. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, pick one of them.
Well, I said 3, so it had to be.
So it had to be 1.
I'll stick, yeah, so it had to be 1, yeah.
Associative.
Okay, yeah.
What kind of organism, I thought it said orgasm.
Jesus.
What kind of organism comes in last in every food chain? Is it the consumers, decomposers, or producers?
I have no clue. Oh, boy, I'm not smarter than a 5th grader.
Again,
today.
they're asking totally worthless questions.
Well, it's not consumer. The lowest piece of the lowest rung in the food chain.
Yeah.
Well, it would either. What's the first one? Well,
consumers, decomposers, or producers.
Decomposers, I would guess.
Ding.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop by your head.
All right. Yep.
America's Great Depression started when the U.S. stock market crashed in 1929.
Correct.
In what month did that happen?
It was, oh, man, it was November, wasn't it?
Was it August, October, or February?
Oh, man. It's October.
Ding. The 22nd Amendment. This is the last one. You already got your 4 points.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The 22nd Amendment limits U.S. presidents to only 2 consecutive terms. Yeah. Who is the only American president to serve 3 consecutive terms?
The Roosevelt, Franklin Delano.
Yeah, that's correct.
And he was elected to the 4th, but fell into the fireplace before he finished the 4th term.
Is that how he went down?
Well, he had whatever kind of seizure, heart attack, or whatever, and rolled into the fireplace there at down there at Heckle Island or Jekyll Island or whatever it was, Hyde Island, Georgia.
Well, that's not a good way to go.
Well, apparently he was dead when he fell into it, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, with that uplifting note, all right, let's find out what we need to know so we don't sound stupid today. You're going to be hearing about it all season. The NFL turns 100 years this year. Krispy Kreme has introduced 2 Reese's peanut butter filled donuts.
Donuts?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Krispy Kreme. Okay.
Tom Brady and the New England Patriots have agreed to a 2-year contract extension on Sunday that keeps him with the team through 2021. during which he could earn an additional $75 million.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would include 2 Super Bowl rings.
I don't know. It's going to get tougher for them here pretty quick.
Saudi Arabia is allowing women to travel without the approval of a male guardian. How do they ever cheat in Saudi Arabia?
Well,
if you get caught, you get stoned. Scientists are developing a blood test they say can detect signs of Alzheimer's disease 20 years before any symptoms appear.
Interesting.
Would you want to know?
Well, probably, because then there's
It can affect some life choices in the next 20
there's
years.
diet and some other things that I read that can affect that. So, if you know that it's coming and you want to push it off as long as possible, then you'd want to know, I would guess.
I think I want to know where the cure is.
Well, that would be the other thing. Hey, if I can hang on for a little while longer, maybe they will be able to figure it out.
The Oakland A's have signed a fan who threw a ball 96 miles an hour at an in-stadium radar booth.
Yes, he did, and they signed him up.
North Texas, he's probably down 1A baseball right now, right?
I didn't see where, but yes, they apparently signed him.
North Texas stores are selling bullet-resistant backpacks for back to school.
They've had those for a while, actually. Knife-proof and, they're two different things. I mean, a bulletproof or bullet-resistant material isn't necessarily knife-resistant and vice versa. So, but they are producing various items of clothing that will, reduce some of those injuries potentially.
When I was in school, we didn't carry knapsacks.
No, we had book bags.
We didn't have book bags. We had lockers. Took home the books you needed in your notebook, but you carried it under your arm because it wasn't cool to be wearing any knapsack.
You didn't have your belt with you and wrap your belt around it and sling it over your shoulder?
No. We looked dressed and proper with a collar.
Yes.
Or a dress, if you were a lady. And
okay, I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah, girls can wear jeans to school. They had to wear a dress.
We couldn't early on, and then, we got our pipe-smoking female principal there at high school, and just all bets were off. She rode a motorcycle, too.
The years I went through high school and junior high was the miniskirt years.
Yeah.
So that part was good. Let's see where to leave off. The Oakland A's have signed we did that. North Texas stores, we did that. The bank robber in Cleveland was caught after he handed the teller a note, failing to realize that his name and address were on the flip side.
Yeah, I read that. That was pretty funny.
Federal lawsuit accuses the brother of former Vice President Joe Biden, hedge fund manager Michael Lewitt, and others of attempting to defraud a Tennessee business. In the South, snake bites are at an all-time high. Be careful.
Snake bites at an all-time high?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had copperhead slither right by my foot.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
He had to go off the face of the earth. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell fractured his shoulder after falling at his Kentucky home. Airbus is developing a small-scale aircraft with flapping wing tips, a concept drawn from the flight of the albatross.
Yes. Yep.
Today's impossible question, and you won't get this anywhere close to it, but we'll give you a try. Children develop one of these by the time they turn the age of 7.
Children develop one of these. a horn sticking out the front of their head. I don't know.
Fashion sense.
Oh, a fashion sense. Okay.
Tell me if you'd ever guessed that one.
No.
No.
Nope.
The number one complaint that a woman wants to hear is, you have a nice smile. Number
Compliment.
One. Compliment.
You don't mean complaint. Yeah, I was going to say, you're asking for trouble. If you...
Yeah, number one compliment a woman wants to hear, you have a nice smile.
Because I don't know of a complaint a woman wants to hear about.
And as she says, oh my God, in my head, please go away, you little peon.
Yeah, you... Mm-hmm.
According to USA Today, out of every 11 shoppers takes something without paying for it, without realizing it.
1 out of 11 takes something without realizing it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. How do you do that?
I've done it, where I had a bottle of water on the lower deck of my cart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess.
Self-checkout, I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
So the next time I was in the store buying a bottle of water, I scanned it twice to pay it back.
Oh. Oh, I'll give you jazz hands for that. Yeah.
Because I'm not a thief.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, that's why they put the little reminder on the screens there in some stores, hey, check under your cart or whatever. Yeah.
Over 70,000 airbags are stolen out of cars every year.
70,000.
Why would you want airbags?
Well, they are expensive to replace.
Yeah.
And I would think there's probably a market for stealing them to repair cars, and then also for practical jokes, because I've seen that a couple of times where somebody puts an airbag under something and then blasts it off under somebody's chair, nearly killing someone. And
yeah, because airbags are inflated with an explosion.
Yeah, they're dangerous, those things. And also, if you have a car that has the airbag that expends fragments, metal fragments, you might want to replace that one. So yeah, I can see there's probably a market for those.
According to recent research, morning people are thinner and happier. No, they're thinner and sleepier, but not happier.
Okay.
1 in 8 people wait over a month before changing or washing their sheets. Nope, every Friday.
Okay.
A Self magazine poll revealed 52% of women say they have considerably more of this than they did 6 months ago.
I don't know.
Stress.
Okay.
It costs about $1.3 billion a year for this to operate all the exit signs found in buildings in America.
Well, electricity.
That's right. And about 7 out of 10 people didn't know this level about themselves.
I don't know.
Like your blood pressure or cholesterol levels, what we're looking for.
Cholesterol, yeah, okay.
That's one thing I don't have to worry about. Blood pressure's something I do have to worry about. Well, we all got to worry about blood pressure, but some people just don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
All right, it is 8:48, 48 past the hour. Okay, let's do. Well, I haven't even checked this. Hang on 1 second. Yep. Okay, we got time. All right, let's go get some bad guys together.
Uh-oh.
I said Snurly.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is
Let me guess.
failure to communicate.
That's right.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Alrighty. Time once again to get off our duff and head across the floor in the style of the dude John Wayne. Open up those closet doors. Look at all 30 of our safes. Today we're going to mosey on over to safe number 12. 12.
Okay.
Open her up and let the good colonel reach in and grab our weapon of choice today.
Okay, how about a Walther PPKS in 380?
380. Big bullets.
Not
Big
really.
damage.
They're good. They're good, yeah.
All right, we'll throw that into the holster, pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of some super whoop ass as we now head out the door in relentless pursuit of stupid criminal news. I'm not sure how this guy is going to go back to his role as a gang leader after this. 42-year-old Clavino del Saba is currently serving 73 years prison sentence for drug trafficking in Rio de Janeiro. And on Saturday, he tried to escape. The plan? His 19-year-old daughter came to visit him, and he disguised himself as her to try to leave. That involved putting on a black bra, a pink shirt with donuts and hearts on it, tight jeans, a silicone mask of her face, and a long black wig. Well, we're talking about Mission Impossible stuff here.
Picture just fell down.
Crap. Wanted to bust the glass?
No, didn't. I don't think so.
Miracles do that. All right, where was I before I was rudely interrupted?
The escapee.
Oh, yeah, he put on black bra, pink T-shirt, silicone mask with her face, and a long black wig. And the costume was good enough that it actually might have worked, except the guard noticed the daughter was actually nervous, so they took a closer look and realized, hey, this is the prisoner. As he took off the disguise, they took a video, which is now circulating online. He's been transferred to a maximum security prison. He'll be facing sanctions. And his daughter might have been in the plan since she was going to stay behind in jail. So she could face charges too.
Oh, yeah, certainly. She should.
Yeah, I'm looking at the video now. That's what you're hearing in the background.
Yeah, she facilitating escape. I don't know what the law would read down there, but yeah, she's probably broken several.
Well, she had to be on the plan. They had to take a silicone mold of her face.
Right, yeah. Plus she would have had to deliver all that stuff to him and, wherever they're visiting or whatever. So.
All right. So playing that good.
Well, if he got to the gate before they noticed, what are you going to say?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that. All right. Stupid criminal news number 2. Someone get this woman her own magic special on ABC because this is more impressive than anything David Blaine's ever done. A 28-year-old woman named Catherine Ehlers was arrested in Winchester, Kentucky on Friday night for public intoxication. They handcuffed her and put her in the back of the car, and somehow she managed to still retrieve a baggie of drugs from her lady areas and snort them.
Oh, jeez.
There's no word on what the drugs were specifically, and the police reported they say it's just some white powder. And for her final trick, she managed to hide the drugs before the police got her out of the car. She was hit with several other charges.
I imagine.
And that, my friends, I got a picture of her, too. Yeah, she looks like those drugs been riding her hard a long time.
Yeah.
And that's your stupid criminal news for this Tuesday. All right, it is 8:54, 54 past the hour. Let's do everybody's favorite part of the program where you get to participate, putting your arms in the air and put up your fingers as called for.
And now it's time for... Random.
Facts. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, random facts for today, maybe a spare, if you're good. Ryan Gosling gained 60 pounds to star in The Lovely Bones. But when he showed up on the set, it turned out Peter Jackson wasn't picturing an overweight lead. So Gosling was fired and Mark Wahlberg was brought in. Well, that sucks. Now you don't have a job and you got to lose 60 pounds.
Right, yeah.
China has the most countries touching his border with 14. Russia has 13, and yes, they touch each other.
Yep.
9 of the 15 biggest hotels in the world, based on the number of rooms, are on the Las Vegas Strip. Apple started putting together the letter I before they produced, before the products. Let me start that again. Apple started putting the letter I before their products when Steve Jobs introduced the iMac in 1998. And it stood for 5 things: Internet, Individual, Instruct, Inform, and
Intimidate.
Inspire.
Okay.
The Grammy for the Best New Artist in 1961 went to Bob Newhart because of his first comedy album, The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart, was so good. It also won Album of the Year. No other comedian has ever won either of those awards ever since. And that's your...
He's a funny dude. It's still around.
Well, I like the sitcoms.
Oh, yeah. He's been around, been on a variety of shows. He's good.
Let's see.
Been in quite a few movies, too.
Well, here's something you didn't know. If you've been thinking forever that you should start meditating to try to relax, don't worry about it. Just knock out a few rounds of Fortnite or Fruit Ninja, and it's basically the same thing. And I'm being serious. According to a new study out of England, playing a game on your phone is just as relaxing as meditating, maybe even more relaxing. The researchers had some people play the game on their phone to unwind after a day of work, and had some people use a mindfulness app to do breathing and meditation exercises. And they found that the people who played the game wound up feeling more relaxed than the people who meditated. The more they liked the game, the more relaxed they felt. And the people who meditated felt progressively worse the more days they did it. The researchers say that the study shows there's a, quote, real benefit to unwinding after work with the game that's immersing, distracting, fun, challenging, and makes you feel like you're in control. Who knew it could be so fun?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Meditation, that's kind of interesting that meditation actually gets worse as you do it longer.
Yeah, it's like, oh, have I gotta?
Yeah.
All right, so it goes for this Tuesday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a Hump Day Wednesday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways, because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs for all of us. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought, and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. So live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at 2 at the Hot Buggy Dog Park.